All right, guys, welcome back to Deficit Podcast. I'm Moses and I'm your host. And today we're going to be looking at the things that you must never do. Welcome to Deficit Podcast. I'm Moses and I'm your host. So, Deficit Podcast is focused on relationship. It's focused on marriage, focus on fitness, focus on health, business, finance, and life's well-being. You can do well to follow us across our social media channel. You can follow us on Facebook. You can follow us YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, on X, Twitter, X formerly known as Twitter. You can follow us on Instagram. You can follow us on Rumble, and you can follow us on TikTok as well. So today we're going to be looking at another wonderful edition of this particular podcast. And this particular topic says things you must never do for your girlfriend as a man. Now, we've said on this particular podcast on several occasions that relationship, just like every other thing, has some particular rules that what that follows or governs it. And if you do not imbibe those things into your relationship, you will not be what your relationship will not have a successful end, or to not have a good expected end. So today we're going to be looking at things you must never do for your girlfriend as a man in a relationship. So let's go in no particular order. And the first that you must never do for your girlfriend is that you must never put your girlfriend as a priority. That means she must never be your number one. You must never prioritize her as number one in the relationship. You must ensure that you put yourself as number one in the relationship. Put yourself as number one in that relationship. And why is that you put yourself as number one in that relationship? We're not saying you should put another person as. We're not saying that you should. We should not consider her, or you should not think her to be important in that particular relationship. What we are trying to tell you is that what we are trying to tell you, what we are trying to tell you is that when you are in that relationship, ensure that you are developing yourself. Ensure that you are getting better. That is what we are trying to say in this particular podcast. So the first is that ensure you do not put her as number one ahead of you. She should not be ahead of you. We are not saying you should not allow her growth. Allow her growth, but ensure that you put yourself first on the table of growth. So number one, you should never put her ahead of you. And putting her ahead of you includes the following. Let's assume maybe you are not educated, or you do not have a degree certificate, or you do not have a degree, but she wants to start a degree, she wants to pursue a degree, and you you aided her, and you are not also pursuing towards getting a degree. You see, if she successfully ends that degree, there is very high tendency that she might not gradually looks at you she might now be gradually looking at you like somebody who is an inferior in that particular relationship. So it's the reason why if you marry someone who is ambitious, if you are dating a lady who is ambitious, you must ensure that you are what you double your belt and be 5 steps ahead of her so that she does not turn back tomorrow and begin to look at you less for she does not look at you as like kind of a lesser person compared to her by virtue of the degree that she is now pursuing or she has now gained. Then number two is if she you should not pay for her rent. Now let's assume that maybe she's not with her parents or she does not live with her parents. She is on her own. Do not take it as a point of duty to be paying for her apartment. Allow her pay for her apartment. Now come to think of it, before you were dating her, who was paying for the apartment? Now, if she tells you that it was the ex person that was dating her that was paying for her apartment, then it further means that she is not in love. It means that she is strictly in business. Therefore, whoever that comes to date her, this will be the person that will be paying for her rent. That is simply what this means. Whoever that comes to date her will be the person who will pay her rent. That's what this simply means. So ensure you do not what pay her rent if it happens that maybe she is no longer living with her parents, maybe she's probably working on her own. Then number three, do not beg her unnecessarily. That is, when you are not the one who offended her, do not beg her just because. Do not beg her simply because she's trying to create a scene. Then you are not begging her just to ensure that she's calm or whatsoever. No, do not do that. If she's mad at you, allow her to be mad. Now, as so long you are not the one who offended her, do not be the first to apologize. In fact, do not be the one who wants to make peace reign in that particular relationship. Ensure that you are what that you are ensure that you are always objective in everything you are doing in that relationship. If another person offends her and she wants to come and throw the aggression on you, ensure you repel such back to her and do not become a victim of the crime that or the victim of the anger that you are not the one who caused it, neither were you the one who triggered it. So do not apologize unnecessarily for offense that you did not offend her. So that's for number two. Then number three, if you are the type of man who cheats, do not cheat and rub it on her face. Yes. That is, what we're saying that you're rubbing it on her face, do not make it appear that your side chick now sees it that you are kind of you are not placing her above your main girlfriend. Do not create that kind of impression. However, it is best recommended that you should remain disciplined and stay focused with just one woman to make your commitment to be easier for you and for you to navigate the pathway of your relationship with ease instead of jumping from one post to another pole, and just and stuffs like that. So ensure that you are somebody who cheats. Do not rub it on her face. Do such. So be disciplined with cheating. Ensure you hide the details of your cheating as much as possible. And if it eventually happened that she she caught you cheating, do not be quick to apologize. Yes. First of all, just uh, do as if nothing happened. Be firm with your emotion. Be firm with your dealing. Do not what? Do not make it obvious that that something happened between the two between you and the person that you cheated with. Do not do as if maybe you offended her. Do not apologize to her. Do not apologize to her. That is where you will kind of know if she's really into you or she's not into you. Now, this is what happens when you do not apologize to her instantly. This is what she will do. She will what? Out of anger, out of initial anger, she will what? She will leave, and maybe for days, she'll probably not call you, not text you as well. And maybe after maybe about a week, call her. Do not make uh do not make do not make any instance referring to that particular issue anymore. So just call her and just behave as if nothing what just behave as if nothing happened. And next thing you see her crying, be telling you that, oh, you did this to me, and you know how much I loved you, this, that. With such, you should know that this person is into you. She loves you, or her commitment is her emotion are really invested into you. So in that kind of scenario, you should know that maybe this person what is really into me. So that what you can just do at that particular point in time. You cannot do a little of apology, just to appease her. Maybe buy her one a little gift. So that's for that. Then the number five, number five of things that you must not do while you are in a relationship. You must never take the responsibility of your girlfriend's sibling, her parents, or her relative. Ensure you do not make it as a responsibility. Now, do not get me wrong. Irrespective of how much money you are, irrespective of how wealthy you are, do not take their responsibility. Do not play their responsibility for them. Do you know why? You see, if you play their responsibility for them, it therefore means that your relationship have been monetized. And with such kind of scenario, they will ensure that whatever fault that their daughter is committing, they will look for all possible means to cover it, because they want to continue receiving that particular fund. They want to continue to enjoy that particular privilege that their daughter being in that particular relationship. They want to enjoy that. They want to enjoy that privilege to the end. And as such, also, they will be very, very critical characters. When I say critical, very important characters that you will need to know in a woman that that may actually be forever hidden from you by virtue of that kind of scenario, because Since she being your girlfriend, she wants to continue, you know, since she wants to continue enjoying that particular money, she would not want to she would play every possible trick to ensure that she covers up all of her behavioral flaws, just to ensure that she continues enjoying that money, she continues enjoying your privilege, and stuffs like that. And by such, you will not know whom she truly is. So that's where the danger of you putting money ahead as a man, that is how those are the dangers that are associated with it in relationship. So ensure that you do not take her responsibility, do not carry the responsibility of her siblings, her parents, her stuffs like that, and even her own responsibility. Ensure that you do not automatically become her father. So long it is still in relationship stage, and you guys have not gotten married yet, ensure that you do not take up her father's role or her father's responsibility. So that's number 5. Then number 6 is another wonderful point. Do not neglect You must not neglect, occasional visitation, occasional unscheduled visits to her. Do you know why? You see, occasional unscheduled visits has a way of creating some kind of impression such as whom this person truly is. That is, since you do not inform them that you are coming, that means there is bound to that there are not some kind of preparation that they did awaiting you. So, whom they truly are, paying them unscheduled visit will help you actually know this personality with ease. For instance, somebody who is very angry and he she easily flares up at every little thing, but on the other hand, she plays like she claims or portrays an angelic behavior in front of you, claiming that she cannot get angry easily. But behind the scene, while she's alone or while she's with other people, at every little thing, she gets flamed up easily. But before you now, she's telling you that she cannot what? She cannot be easily offended, or she does not get angry easily. So you see that these two behavior now are in contrast, or they are in opposition. Someone who claims that he or she does not get angry easily, and somebody who gets flamed up or who gets angry at the slightest provocation. So unscheduled visit can help actually checkmate those kind of characters and reveal their true characters to you. For instance, you can, if your girlfriend claims that he or she does not go clubbing, the easiest way to actually to confirm such kind of claims that she has been boasting of now is to pay her unscheduled visit, either on a Wednesday evening, or on a Friday evening, or on a Sunday evening. Now, why is it that why these 3 days have been mentioned? Now, if she's a working class, it is more likely that maybe if she's a working class or she's in a business class, Fridays Fridays, Saturday, and Sunday evening are the days that club mostly a kind of people tend to kind of attend clubs more between Friday, Saturday, and Sundays. So when you pay her visit, and she will actually have a time and opportunity to actually go into the club more during that particular 3 days window. So you paying her unscheduled visit, maybe you can arrive her destination or arrive her location at around 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. or maybe maximum 9 p.m. When maybe you arrive her her location, go to a very nearby nearby house or a place that you know that from there you could be able to see her house or see her door or see the gate of her estate, whichever. But it is better if you can actually be able to what to see her door, and from there, that place that you actually are now, the next thing you want to do is to give her a call. When you give her a call, just tell her, just ask her how is she doing, stuffs like that, and maybe the next thing you can now say, just call her a video call. When you call her a video call, there's likely tendency that she might not, if she is truly at home, she would want to receive the video call. But if she declines it, that means something is fishy. Now, if she declines it, there are two things that may possibly be involved. Either she's with somebody that she does not want you to see, or maybe where she is, maybe somewhere that is dark. Now, it can also be, maybe it could be due to network, and the call may not what go through. But either of these, the easiest that you can do in this kind of scenario is to ask her where she is. So if she claims she's at home, what you can just do now, from where you are now, that you've been watching her doorpost, you can just go to her doorpost and knock. She should be glad to welcome you. Although the visitation may be surprising, but she should be glad to what? To welcome you, and stuffs like that. So that's how you can actually or easily have some kind of details for yourself about some kind of movement that she does. And this should not just be done on one occasion. It should be done as often as possible. Maybe you can just be doing it once in a month or once in 3 months. Ensure that it is uninformed. Do not inform her that you are coming for this trip. So that's how you can actually what? That's how you can actually know some kind of details that are actually hidden from you, if those details, if they are true or not. Okay, so the next thing we're going to be the number 8 now, if not number 7 rather, is if she does a business, do not empower her business to be bigger than yours. Yes. Now, why is it that I was saying that do not empower her business to be bigger than yours? There's something that is associated with almost or 90% of women is their hypergamy. Women are hypergamous in nature. That means they will always want to date upward or marry upward the social ladder or social class. E.g., a lady who uses a Toyota car, or any kind of Toyota car brand, is most likely will will be most likely interested in a guy who drives or who uses either a Mercedes or any other expensive vehicle. There is no way you will see a lady who uses a Toyota, who would want to go for a guy that is what maybe he even uses a motorcycle, or maybe he treks, he does not even have a car. It is almost impossible for you to see ladies in that particular kind of state or in that particular category. It's almost impossible. But if they are very small. So it's the reason why I said that they are hypergamous in nature, 90%, if not 100% of them. So with such, you do not, if you put them ahead of you, you're already setting yourself up for what? For failure. And at the end, you cry, had I know, which is usually the last comment of a fool. Had I know, I would not have placed her first. I would have placed myself first instead of placing her first. So that's what you want to do. So that's one thing that you must consider very important. So this is where we end this particular part one of things you must never do for your girlfriend while you are dating her. Recall that you must never put her as priority. You must never pay her school fees. You must never take up her father's responsibility. It is her father's responsibility to cater for her. It's her father's responsibility to pay her bills. Her father's responsibility to pay for her education, to pay for her rent, stuffs like that. Do not take up this task as a man when you are dating a lady and you are not married to her yet. Do not neglect occasional visit to her if you are in a distant relationship. Even if you are not in a distant relationship, also do not neglect the occasional visit. You see, the occasional visit will help you know who she is, or who are her friends, the kind of friends she keeps. So to help you to also review some kind of hidden characters, some kind of characters that she may be likely be hiding from you. And recall that whatever character that you do not see that we are hidden from you during dating, when those characters usually surface in marriage, they surface as disastrous character. So those are the things that you must put into consideration and into cognizance. So the next thing you're going to do is ensure that you do not put her, if she owns a business, you do not empower her business. You do not power her business to be bigger than yours. If you are to give her one, ensure that before you give her one, you have given yourself five. So should it happen that anything goes south tomorrow, you'll be able to you will not be you will not be too you will not be heartbroken at that particular time. So guys, this is a short one over there. Remember, I'm Moses, and this is Deficit Podcast, and I will talk to you in the next video, or in the next live stream. Do well to like this video and subscribe this channel, and follow us on Facebook, follow us on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, follow us on TikTok, follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, follow us on Rumble, follow us on Instagram, and follow us on TikTok. Thank you, God bless you, and I'll talk to you